I think I'm live, but I don't know if I'm vertical or horizontal. It says orientation is locked. Let me see. I'm sitting in my recliner tonight, so I'm having a bit of a interesting Hi. Hi, Angie. I'm trying to figure things out here. Oh. Can you guys tell me, am I horizontal or vertical? Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Brenda. Am I horizontal or vertical? It says my orientation is locked. Rotate, retouch. I'm vertical. All right, well, we'll do vertical. I am sitting in my recliner. I thought that I would try to do a stream from my recliner tonight. What you're looking at here is my slow stitch box. I thought I would, let me flip the video to me. Hi. Let me turn on the light over here, and you're going to see the sparkle in my eyes because I need my glasses to see with. This is me in my little corner, Meri in her corner. If you all wondered what I looked like, this is who I am. I'm holding the phone at arm's length, and I am sitting in my recliner. Now I have to get it a little bit closer so I can read. I'm vertical. Angie said she's not staying. You fell out of bed? Angie, you fell out of bed again? About 20 minutes ago and you're not feeling good. Oh my goodness, did you hit your head? Are you okay, Angie? Now you're scaring me. Now you are scaring me. So if y'all wonder, I don't show my face very often on my channel because my channel is about art. It's not about me. But I am sitting in my corner. I'm going to show you some of my slow stitch. I thought I would show you. Let me point my camera the other way here. This is where I'm sitting. And look, there's my crochet stack. That little red tin is embroidery floss. Below that is a white snow study afghan that I was doing with crochet corner. And then there's that red tin of embroidery floss. The blue tin is small balls of tatting thread. And this is crochet thread that I use for tatting. Then over here, if I can turn my phone a little, I have a bucket. Becky's, you can't see it because it's full. I have a basket, a red basket that Becky made. She sold it at the sale that Crafty Mamas had for Janet Mom. And I've got it full. It's stuffed full over here. Little scribble journal that I'm using. And then down below here are just a tin of pins and scissors and crochet hooks and needles, crochet needles, tatting needles. Here is the heart. I keep this close by now, the little needle book that Ruth Lamb made for me. And I'm continually knocking things off. And this has needles and tatting shuttle and charms. Then way over here in this corner, not the books on the top shelf there, but these books here are all my smaller journals. And you don't want to see behind my chair. I have fabrics and stuff. So I thought I'd just kind of show you. And look, you guys, let me bring in this phone. Here's the arm of my chair. Do you guys do this with the arm of your chair? It's a soft, this is a pretty fabric that I got, I think from Rebecca Wells. I was at her sale today, but this is one from several weeks ago. And I sit and I slow stitch and I use all these pins and needles and I stick them in here because it's a big, huge, the arm of my chair is a big, huge pin cushion here. And then sometimes when I'm working on my stitching, I'll pin it down here and while I go do something else. And then off to the side, over on that side, I have my lamps and I have a little a table fan going. So, but I thought this is my slow stitch box here. I thought we'd go through that. Hi, Elise. Welcome in, lady. Hi, Carol. Hi, Coloring. CV Coloring View. Rick Shannon Ellis. Welcome in. God and Father and Son Jesus. Bless you. Thank you. Hi, Rick Shannon Ellis. Bless you too. May your art cart be blessed. Angie says, I'm okay. I've been sick for 3 days. Well, Angie, you go take care of yourself. Hi, Nora. Nora, is it Spivey or Spivvy? I'm guessing that it's Spivvy. Welcome in. Some new folks in the stream tonight. Welcome in, welcome in. I don't show my face very often, but I thought since I'm sitting in my recliner, I just don't have the gumption to get up and go across the room. See where this is? That's the entryway into my studio here. And, of course, my brother has a wastebasket. I move all this stuff down here over in front of the TV when I go into my studio. That all needs to be taken back into the other room. But it's kind of stuff I use out here and in there. So it kind of just stays right there. For now, anyway. So it's kind of we have an old TV set. It's color, but it's an old RCA TV and a cabinet. That's our TV. It has to be. Well, I've been down here 10 years. I'll bet that television is 30 years old. Let's see, who else is in here? Mina, hi, Mina. Welcome in. Carol's here. Hio Doe. Wish you all the best, Mama. Well, thank you, Hio. I think he's talking to, hi, Mommy. Who's he talking to? Renee Suzanne. Hi, Renee. Oh, my goodness, lady. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in forever. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm kind of scrolling up while I'm holding this phone in my hand. We're back to where Angie said she fell out of bed. Let me go back down to the bottom of chat. I'm not going to be on a long time tonight. I'm just kind of tired. I woke up tired this morning. I took a shower, washed my hair, did some laundry, and that was all before church. But I'm feeling good, but man, I slept today, and I'm still tired. Let's see, I'm down at the bottom. Hi, Faithfully 87. I'm just going to call you Faithful. Welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you. Linda Tush. Hi, Tush, Linda Tush. I see Linda a lot in Jacqueline's sales. Yeah. Well, welcome in. Did I miss anybody? Tush, Mina. Who's your mom? Hi, who's your mom? Boy, there's a lot of new folks coming in tonight. Maybe because I don't know why. Because I'm in vertical mode. MZ it N4C. Show your face. Well, when I show my face, let me point the camera up, and then when I show my face, I'm going to go into a long, I'm going to hold my arm way out because I am wearing glasses. This is my face. Hi. I'm an older lady, I guess you could say. I don't feel old, but yeah, this is me. Well, when I sit up, you see you see me better than when I'm leaning back. So so here I am. Is that good enough? All right, let me go back into I'm sorry. I was on mute. I was on mute. Where did you guys stop hearing me? At what point? Let me go back here. A box of Meri, we can't hear you. A nice box of treasures. Yeah, I couldn't see chat. I was chatting away. When I'm holding the phone in my hand, like I am now, all kinds of crazy stuff can happen. Especially, it probably happened when I showed the pictures in the TV. You probably missed all that chat. No sound, Meri. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Definitely needs to check on chat. There's no sound. I'm always doing something crazy. Meri, we can't hear you. Oh, whatever was on that spool was scandalous. Yeah. Allie K. Hi, Allie K. Yeah, I really messed up, didn't I? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't. Where did you guys stop hearing me at? What was the last thing? Hi, Teresa. Welcome in. What was the last? No sound, no sound, no sound. Commonplace journals are fun. Are you doing a commonplace journal, Teresa? Which reminds me, if you're in either one of my rooms, I only have 2 rooms in the membership area, and they're both the lowest price. So room 1 is 99 cents a month. Room 2 is $1.99 a month. If you want to join, there's the join button on my home page. I do a giveaway here, but I'm afraid I'll mess it all up. We'll do another giveaway pretty soon where we'll give away memberships, but not tonight because I'll mess it up. The stitching is nice. She doesn't realize she doesn't have sound. What was the last thing you guys heard? Following along with the letters of the alphabet and the different stitches. No sound, no sound, no sound. Meri has no sound. Let me go down to the bottom. Let's see. No, Belinda's here. Belinda. Hi, Belinda. Mina's here. Meri, no sound, no sound. Elise says hello, Belinda. Belinda Smith. Hi, Belinda. No sound, no sound, no sound, no sound, no sound. Oh, gosh. You must have been 10 minutes with no sound. Meri. Show your face. Okay. Well, I saw the show your face. Let me go down to the bottom. You haven't heard anything until now? Really? Because there should be sound now. Can you guys hear me? Thank you, Allie K, for dropping the community center for the Fib Diggity. Thank you, Allie K. Do I have sound? Angie says she's going to go rest. You're hearing me now. Okay. It was about when you showed your beautiful face. Okay. The reason then that I had no sound when I showed my face, because I had to flip my camera, and the flip is here, and the mute button is here, right under the flip button. So that's when I lost sound. So you didn't see... You saw them, but you didn't hear me talk about them. All of the different pieces. Let me go through those again just real quick. And I won't dwell too long on them because you saw them. Let me grab where did I put it? Under everything? Let me grab where did I put it? Here. Let me put these back in there. Okay. So I'm just going to go through this is the scroll. I'm putting it on this scroll eventually. But that probably will not happen until the last Z. And because Z will be the first thing on the scroll. And then as I roll it up, A will be the first thing on the scroll. So A is for applique, And when K3N Cloth Tales is who I'm following with this. Let me get this out of the way. What she does is she does a capital A and a small a. And her 1 week she'll do the capital A and she chooses the word. And she chose applique here. Then the small a was a viewer choice. It was Ainu, which is a Japanese culture. And they use this symbol, and they use it to ward off evil. The symbols in their belief wards off evil. And what I was saying was, that's really not my belief, but Dear B had gifted me some cloth with words on it, and I found this piece that she gifted me, and it has the word faith here. And so I was kind of able to use my belief and their symbol on that. That meant a lot to me. Then B was the organic blanket stitch. And I was talking about how pretty that would be just framed. How pretty it would be. This is all the blanket stitch, but it's very organic because the way you stitch it in different directions and different lengths. And it turns out really pretty. She calls it the organic blanket stitch. The second B, which was the small b, was different stitches that started with the word B. And she did circles. And I put my tatting there because they were circles. It was just a little piece I had hanging. But this stitch right here in the light blue or turquoise or lavender is the basque stitch. This is the boutille, which is a French technique, a puffed stitch. They pad that stitch, so it's very padded. And then there's some back stitches. This is a twisted fabric here. She learned that from one of the artists that she saw at a show. I think I'm going to call it Peggy Burns, but I'm not sure Peggy's her first name. But she did that, so I did it. And then this is just, this was what I cut out from this piece back here. And I just stitched it on there. The C is couching and code. And we did a word in Morse code. And my word was my life word, which was triumphant. And this is the Morse code with dashes, running stitches, and French knots. And then I just couched a piece of gold ribbon and a string of leather. And this was just cotton trim. And I cross-stitched the letters there. And here's this one was really hard. It was getting away from me. This is cut work and cotton and crochet. Now, she had a whole bunch of C fabrics that start with the letter C. She had corduroy and chintz and a whole bunch of them. I didn't have all those. I do have cheesecloth, but I couldn't put my hands on it when I was doing this. And then she started stitching the words on the fabric, so I started that because I liked how I was going to put the words on the back, but all right, there's cut work. And then the last one that is a capital D, which she did last week, and you can see there's a thread there. And this is drawn thread. And this fabric is easy to do drawn thread. It was what I stitched my letters out of. And I pulled the threads this way, then I pulled the vertical. I pulled both threads both directions, and it made all these little white squares. So we'll see what she does tomorrow. Then I showed you the backstory, and I'll go through that really fast. This is just what I was talking about. Was I used this. I thought this was a drawn thread doily, but I think it's more cut work than drawn thread. I have no idea how this was done, but it looks to me like it's more cut work than drawn thread. It was a table runner. I think I got half of it, so I used a piece of it. This is the back of the cut work, and I use cotton backing, so the C fabric is cotton. This is the back of the couching, and I was talking about how I learned this way to couch from Catherine, K3N Cloth Tales, where between this and this is a straight stitch on the other side that couches whatever you're couching down, your ribbon or your trim or whatever you're couching down. And it's a neat way to do couching. The other way, if you could do a straight stitch and then you pull your needle this way and do another straight stitch, leaves diagonals on the back. I like that method, so I learned that from her. This is the back of the B. This is the boutée. This is the boutée French way of doing a padded technique on the stitching. And of course, mine's pretty because I've never done it before. I got a little hole in there. This around here is the basque stitch, and that was a new stitch that I learned. I don't know what this is going toward. I keep flipping it over to see what's on. Oh, I did the bullion in here. This was my first bullion, and it's kind of knotted. It's real short, but I was using a thick thread. It's more of a knot than anything. This bullion is more of a bullion stitch, but it could have been made a little longer. It looks like a macaroni. But that black thread on the back that I didn't know what was, I came from here to here over to one more, over to here, which is a little, I think this is probably my better bullion. And that's just a piece of fabric that was on the back of this. And I just stitched it down. And this is the back of the Burns, the twisted fabric, the twisted piece. This is the, wait, let me get it here. This is the back of, are you guys hearing me? This is the back of the, this is the back here. I flipped it over. This is the back of the organic back stitch. And you can see how there are different lengths in different directions. And it makes a really pretty, I keep saying that I'm going to do this. This would be pretty on a card background. And she just did a video where she talked about her different pieces that she had in progress. She's going to make some rice bags, and she went through a whole tub of pieces that she'd been working on in the past to pick out pieces for her rice bag, and she was talking about them. This is the back of the applique. So there's my scroll. I'm caught up with her. I'm just going to leave this unfolded for now. I'll fold it all up afterward. The other thing I wanted to show you was, now this is just a little of what I got. I have a whole box. She did a grab bag or a mystery box. Man, it floored me. It floored me what was in it. These are just a part of my order that I got from her. What I really like, I think anybody can join her store, but if you join and don't buy anything, if you're just looking and browsing, she'll get rid of you. She says, you can join and look for a little, but if you never buy anything, you don't belong here. Well, I don't have that problem. But this is a piece, and I got it because it was 18 count, and I can even see through the packaging here. It's unopened. The price, if there's a price on here, it's not her price. Her prices are very reasonable. But I was going to show you some of the things in this. A lot of it is fabric. Like this is a big, huge piece of, what did she call this? Is it labeled here? Hold on, let me see if that's... This is Jobelin. I love stitching on Jobelin. Now it's doubled here. Now, I like stitching on Jobelin. I don't know if I can get just a single, maybe over here. Hold on. I like stitching on Jobelin. It's different than Aida, but I can see it, and it's not as difficult to stitch on. And so I bought this. This was what, a yard? I think I paid about $12 for it, which is very reasonable for fabric. Let's see what it says on this label. Of course, now this is 45 inches by 29 inches. And what does that say? $65.25. Now, I did not pay that price for this. I think I paid about $12 for this. So that's why I'm saying her prices are reasonable. I don't get all fabric, though. This is what I want to show you. I had no idea. I opened this up, and my mouth just dropped open. I don't think I bought this. I think she tucked this in. I don't remember buying it. It is a finished piece. It says finished cross stitch. I'm going to clean this up and press it. I don't know if I want to wash it. I guess I could do a light wash. I don't know the threads. I would hate to think that red thread would run. But I probably could try steaming it. I don't know. I don't think I'll worry about oils or anything on it. I'm worried about washing threads that I don't know what they are. I'm not so worried about the blue could run into the white, but I'm worried about the red. But this is finished, you guys. This is a finished piece. It just blows my mind. When I opened it and saw that, I'm going to frame it. It's beautiful, but I don't think there are any initials of who stitched this. I don't see any initials on it. I would love to know who stitched it. My mouth, this is a gift. I mean, I don't know if it was a gift or not, but it was a gift to me when I opened it. I'm going, oh, wow. Isn't that awesome? Let's see, Linda 2 says, about when you showed us your beautiful, let me go down to the bottom. Isn't that beautiful? Hi, Angel Rose Vanessa. Welcome in. Isn't that crazy? It's gorgeous. It's a finished stitched piece. Now, I have purchased stitched pieces from her before. They're few and far in between. I got some smaller pieces, but a piece like this, finished, it just blows my mind. Isn't that awesome? Hi, Brenda. Who's your mama? Says, hi, Angel. Angel Rose is Vanessa. Who's Christina's in here? Isn't that lovely, Christina? Isn't that awesome? Who? I missed that, Mom interrupted. We hear you. Good, thank you. Me too, Christina. This makes me want to do some stitching. Well, you know, I have to say, I don't do as much needlework as I used to. I'm doing some small kits, some seed packets that are really on plastic canvas. I'm doing those because I can finish them. Pieces like this, my eyes are too old to do. Well, now this might be on 14 count. I think this is 14. It looks like it's Aida, but that doesn't bother me at all. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. But this is too much for me with everything I'm into. And just to get gifted something like this, look at the stitching on the back. It is just perfect. Perfect. And let's see, I got some more. Oh, here's a piece. I don't know what this is. It's finished or it's stitched. It looks to me like it's a hat on a hat rack. Does this look like a hat to you? And then this is a hat rack or somebody's bonnet. I don't know what it is. But That'll go on slow stitch someplace. It could be a tree. It could be an autumn tree. I don't know what that is. Allie K says she's currently doing a Valentine cross stitch, 4x4 on 14 count Aida. Did Becky pop in? Hi, Becky. It's upside down. Oh, does it go the other way? Does it go like that? What is it? A bird on a pear. Look! Look! It's a bird on a pear! Carol! You figured it out. See? It looked like a bonnet on a hat stand this way. It's a bird on a pear. Thank you so much, Carol. It's a finished piece. It's awesome. Hi, Sharon Lombard. Sharon, did you see that Queen Anne house that I got here? It's a finished piece. Isn't that awesome? It's finished. I don't remember buying this. I do not remember buying it. I'm thinking she tucked that in as a Meri will like this thing. I don't think she charged me for it. I don't know. I do not remember buying it, honestly. And it's a finished piece. It's probably about 14 by 12, 15 by 12. You got the nice 3-inch borders on every side. I'm gonna frame it. Isn't that awesome? And this is a bird on a pear. Thank you, Carol. I love it now. I couldn't figure out what it was. I kept looking at it. What is that? What is it? Is that a bonnet? No, Meri, it's a bird on a pear. It's awesome. And then I think we just fall into some fabrics here. These are just different counts of fabric. I tend to go to the larger fabrics, the larger counts. This is probably 14 count. Looks like I got a band fabric in here. A band fabric is like 6 inches wide. Some linen. They don't, we call this distressed. I forget what they call it in the needlework world. Maybe you guys know. A partridge on a pear tree. What did Becky say? Now you can add it to something. Yes, Becky. Bird is a partridge. It's very Christmassy, a partridge in a pear tree. I still see a hat on a hat stand. Carol straightened me out. This is kind of a modeled, and this looks like it might be 28 count. And if I stitched on this, I would stitch over 2 threads. I used to stitch over 1 when my eyes were better. But my eyes, even with my glasses, can't stitch over 1. Now I can stitch over 1. This is probably a 14 count Aida. It's 14 count, and I'm sure it's Aida. 14 by 11. And a lot of these fabrics, let me tell you guys, they're at a decent price. Looks like I got some, thinking of Christmas. This is Aida again. And this looks like it's a linen. No, that's not linen. It could be, I don't think that's Aida. It could be Aida. It's kind of a rose color. You get I got a mix. This is a linen, a gray linen. This is probably 14 count or 28 count. Probably 28 count. And here we're in a larger count again. I think this is a Jobelin. It doesn't say. It's 14 count. 6.5 by 7.5. Small piece on there. Here's a linen. A gray piece of linen. Oh, I'm not done yet, though. This is linen. And this is a nice count, too. Let's see, where's the Whoops, it's upside down. 18 by 20. Eula needlework designs. It's linen. 1/4 yard. Maze 109M. I don't know what is this. It says number 19. I don't know. This looks to me like it might be 18 count, but that 19, it might be 19 count. But it's a nice, now I could stitch on this, and it's a nice size. I would not stitch a large piece though, and here's another piece. This is Aida. I don't mind Aida. This is 10 count. What I like about it is that I can see the spaces. It for older eyes, it's good to stitch on. Then I have, I'll come back to that bag. I got some Prairie Schooler charts, and these were on sale. So, original Prairie Schooler charts, depending on what you get, even discounted on her site, are running $14 a pattern. That's way beyond my budget. But these were a little cheaper, so I got them. I love Prairie Schooler. This is Christmas trees, but I probably won't do them as Christmas trees. What I wanted to show you, though, I got a couple more here. I got a spring one. Let's see. Let me see. Is this a spring one? Yeah, Bird Song number 1. So this is very springy. And there's the finish. And here's the design here. I like Prairie Schooler. I'll probably work, I got part 1 and part 2. I will probably work these up. And for those of you who just came in, I'm sitting out in my recliner. I didn't feel like going in the studio. Here's part 2. Maybe I'll work this up on that linen that I just showed you. Isn't that cool? And because I could see, let me get it out here. I don't know if I have enough of it, but I can see to stitch that. I could probably stitch this over one and have enough fabric to do both of them. And surprisingly, these were not $14 a piece. But most of the Prairie Schooler's original cardstock, even in her shop, which she has a lot of discounts, they're running $14. The bigger charts are. And then this is a day book, a book of days of 2020. And I think that I'm going to convert this, because it has September 2020. I'll probably get rid of the 2020, and I'll probably get rid of the days up here, but I still have 30 days. And let's see, what does it say down here? It's got a little saying. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some, I think you're supposed to make some difference, that you have lived and lived well. Ralph Waldo Emerson. So I think I'm going to use this. I don't know if they continue doing day books, but I love having a stitchery day book. Now, this is almost into March. So I'm not sure, I might save this for next year. Then, the last things I want to show you are in this bag. And I have a whole box, you guys. This was just what came in this envelope. This came separate. I have a whole box of patterns and fabrics, and oh my gosh, it blew my mind when I got everything. Some more fabric. We've seen the fabrics here. This This has something in it. We'll come back to that. This is, oh, these, I remember buying these because I can use these Mill Hill beads. I can't get these anymore where I'm at. You might be able to buy them online, Mill Hill beads, but I can use these in my tatting. I don't tat with beads, but I want to learn. So it's nice to, I don't know what I paid for these, but I know they're not expensive at her shop. They aren't $3 or $4 a piece. Come back to that. What else is in here? Hold it. Let me see what else is in here. I'm holding the phone in my hand, so it's kind of jiggly, and I had a sound problem. This is fabric, Old Salem linen, 25 by 23. Might be able to do those birdsong Prairie Schooler on that, but what count? Oh, it's 30 count. No, forget that. I can't stitch on 30 count. I'll probably use this to make cards or something. 30 count's way too high for me. My eyes don't see the fabric the way it used to when I was younger. What else do I have? Some needles. Some John James needle. It looks like they used a couple out of here. And a Just Nan charm. Let's see, what is it? Last Stitches of 1999. Well, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? But it's a pretty charm. And, oh, I bought a half doll. I think this one was made in, well, this could be a German one. Her eyes do not look Japanese. This might be a German half doll. Does it have a number? I don't think she has a number. German ones usually have a number on the lower skirt. But if this is Japanese, or it could be a reproduction, Japanese ones, the eyes are not this nice. They're just little dots on the Japan. I think this is probably a reproduction of a German one. But still, it's a half doll. And, whoops, I didn't mean to toss it. And, is that just, no, this is some scissors, charms. And, is that the last stitches? That's the last stitch. I think we've seen all this. What's in this red envelope, though? This is the last thing. I don't know what's in here. Oh, some thread. I use this type of thread in my needlework, too. This is this Karen? Hold on, it doesn't have a label. It feels like it might be Karen, Caron. Is there another one in there? Let me empty this out. No, there's a ring with a folder on it. This is probably at a stitch show. Let me see. It's a house, a store, stitches and seams, little charm, purse charm, I think, with the ring. You put it on your purse. I'll probably put it on a journal. And I think that's it. And I have a whole box, you guys. I have a whole oh, this is a little charm. It's an embroidery hoop charm. It's an embroidery hoop. I got it upside down. Read upside down. Looks like some Japanese symbols on there. But it even has the little, it's not fabric, it's paper. I dropped it, hold on. Has the little cardboard piece there that you can mount your fabric, stitch a little something and put in there. It doesn't have a, does it have a hole in there? Yeah, it does. But it doesn't have a a screw. I guess you could put a brad in there if you could find one. So that's my... Now, this, I didn't buy all this at once. This covers a couple of... Here's, I think this went with that white thread. I got it upside down again. Color Natural. Lot 39. Brown paper package. 18 ground. This might be fabric. I don't know what this came from. Silk and ivory. 50% silk, 50% merino wool. Made in Switzerland. That was what this is. It's not Karen. Ooh, merino. It's really a soft thread. Did they make a skirt for the half dolls? You can make a skirt, a half doll. This just came with the half doll right here. I don't see on here where there are holes in there. So I think this is a reproduction piece. If this were real and real German, it looks like it's German, but a German one, when you turn it over, would have a number on the back. It would be labeled Germany on the back, and it would have little round holes in it where you would attach it to like a pin cushion, and you would thread your thread through those holes. I have a half doll collection, but it's up in Wisconsin. I couldn't bring it home. I miss it, but you know, and this was not expensive. It's a repro. But I don't mind a repro for you know, for my stuff, for my stitching, for my play. Okay, let me come out and chat. Nice yarn and thread, Christina says. I think that ring is to hold robins for a project. The ring? Oh, to hold bobbins? You're talking the one that had the store charm on it? I don't know where I put it. It's under this. You're thinking that... Where is it? Mary's digging for it here. I know what you're talking about. This. You think that that's to hold the bobbins, like the plastic bobbins and the thread bobbins. It could be. I was thinking it was a purse charm, but that would make more sense that it would hold thread bobbins. It's cool. I'll probably put it on my journal though. Probably put it on a journal. It's cool. Lots of fun items to create with. Becky, did you see the Queen Anne house? Let me show that Queen Anne house to Becky. I opened this up, Becky. Maybe you saw it. I don't know. I opened it up. Look at this. It's finished piece. It's a Queen Anne house. This was a complete surprise to me. I don't think I bought this. I do not remember buying it. I think this was gifted to me. I don't know for sure. It doesn't say gift. I don't know. I don't remember buying it. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, you saw it. Well, you're seeing it all again because this just made my day. And the Prairie School of Birdsong charts made my day. I'm going to stitch these up. I'm going to stitch those. I'll have to figure out what fabric I want to stitch them on. But they're nice. They'll be nice for spring. In spring, birds are born and they sing. Their songs are pure, simple, and moving in the woods. And I don't know what, I think that's just, is that an alphabet? Yeah, that's an alphabet down at the bottom. That's bird song 2. Bird song 1. Well, where is it? That's the Christmas tree. Where's bird song 1? I didn't drop it. It's over here with the Book of Days. Bird song 1 says, A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Ah, very cool. Very cool. Now, this is from a shop on Facebook, and this lady is down in Missouri. I say St. Louis. I don't think she's exactly in St. Louis. I knew her from the St. Louis Stitchers. She has a shop, and I think anybody can join, but if you just join and look, she won't keep you around. She likes to have you buy. But the prices are, I could not buy what I got here retail. Retail, this would just be hundreds. I mean, these charts, retail, go all the, well, I don't know what the birdsong ones go for, but the Santa Claus ones now, well, not this one, but you'll see Prairie Schooler Santa Clauses, and even the garden ones, even on her shop, which she discounts stuff, it's $14 on her shop, so they have to be ultra expensive retail. I don't know, that $14 is too much for me to pay. I didn't pay $14 for these. I think I probably paid $7 or $8 for these, which is a lot, yeah, but it's a larger chart. It's not just a little pamphlet chart. So Prairie Schoolers are well known and well loved. I wish I could afford the others, but I can't. And here's the partridge in a pear tree on a pear. I love it. I love it. So that's really all I wanted to do tonight. I showed you my slow stitch. I kind of showed you where I was sitting. I showed you my surroundings. I'm in my recliner. There's all my tatting thread. There's tatting thread in that blue. There's embroidery thread. Becky, underneath of all this is your red basket that I got from when Crafty Mamas had Janet Bum sale. It's stuffed full. It's in there. And let's see, all my, back here in these, on this shelf is all my smaller journals. My small and medium-sized journals. I got two, not the two top shelves are just paperback books that really, I don't read them. I'd like to get rid of them, but I don't know if my brother will let me. He doesn't read them. They're kind of romance novels from his significant other who's been gone for years. But every time I want to get rid of something of hers, he kind of holds on to it. So it's hard. I figure it's his house. I'll find boxes, like I got a whole bunch of boxes over there. This is the entry into my studio here. And when I go into my studio, I move this foam board here is, it's blurring out on me. That foam board there is going to become a shelf. I'm going to build, there's 8 pieces of foam board. I'm going to build a shelf. And then these are all things that I use in here and in there. So they kind of linger by the door. So I guess he can have his bookshelves. Let me put something here. This 18 count Jobelin. Boy, that was a bargain. So I'm not going to stay on long. Sharon says, can you go over the shelf over the TV again? Yes. Let me zoom in. The TV is an old console TV, cabinet TV, RCA. And the shelf above it, well, I have some candles. Those daffodils, let me zoom way in as far as I can. I guess that's about as far in as I can get. There's some daffodils right there. That's from last spring, and they're dried. I'm going to try to, I'm sorry it fades in and out. There's a bell, a blue bell next to him. That's a blue bell. This is the modem. And I don't know what that is. His clock. He watches that clock. That's his clock. I have some candles that I burn my candles out here. I haven't burned them for a while. And then the shelf above, the gal there with the blue background is one of his granddaughters. I have a little doll there. This is the Lady Pilgrim and an angel. I buy things at the thrift store. And in the back behind the gal with the blue background is another one of his granddaughters, an older one. I don't know these gals too well. She's married now. And this is kind of a composite picture. I'm not sure what it all is there. But right there are my cornhusk dolls, 2 cornhusk dolls that I made a couple years ago, and they just sit there. I got another resin man pilgrim. And right in there is a family picture. And this is his granddaughter, my grandniece, when she was younger. She's sorry it blurs out on me. She was climbing on some rocks in a park. She was young then. She was probably in 4th or 5th grade there. She's in high school now. This is a family picture up above. I don't think he's in there. I think that's his significant other's family. And that's about it. The shelf above the TV. What else? No, that's all. We got a clock. We got a clock up here. One of those clocks that automatically resets itself. And over this way, let me back out a little here. He's got a picture of a fishing boat. He won't let me take this stuff down. It's his, even though it's my corner, it's his wall. He likes that fishing picture. To him, that's him and his son going fishing. And there's some fishing things that he enjoys. Same way over here, some fishing stuff. It looks like a bottom of a shelf. I can't get up that high to see what's there. We had our first daffodils bloom this morning. You did? Wow, spring is on its way. We had snow this last couple days. It's been cold here, but it's supposed to get nice Tuesday. I was going to go shopping last week. I kept putting it off. I haven't gone yet. I am eating peanut butter and brown rice, and I had some rotini pasta. I made some of that, and I had some mozzarella cheese that I put on. That's what I had for supper tonight. I had some marshmallows that if I didn't use them, they were going to go bad on me. And so I did use them. I made some Rice Krispie bars last night. So I need to go grocery shopping, but I'm not going till Tuesday because it's going to get nice on Tuesday. Daffodils are blooming. Wow. Christina says, bye, Carol. Carol left. She said, it's time for dinner. Take care. Carol lives out west. It's a lot of work. Becky said she saw the house. Nice yarn and thread. I think that ring is to hold bobbins for a project. Lots of fun items. Yes. Did they make a skirt for... I have some half dolls that have skirts. But I don't have them here. Sharon Lombard said, nice saying. Linda is here. Linda Rentz. She said, hi, everyone. Sharon says, hi, Linda and Tim. Carol said, it's beautiful. Cindy Daly says, whose shop? I don't know whose shop it is. That was a charm that I got from Stash from that needlework shop that I buy all this stuff from. So what happens is it's kind of people, stitchers and needlework people who don't want whatever they have in their stash anymore. They de-stash it. And I'm not sure how she runs it, but they send it into her and she sells it all for them. And then in her area down there in St. Louis, they had a couple shops that went out of business. So she kind of took over some of their inventory. So that's where a lot of this comes from. I don't know where she gets it all. That group down there, the St. Louis Stitchers, are very, very active. They do beautiful work. I tell them, I said, you're not just cross stitchers, you are fabric artists. And they go, we're not artists. I'm going, you are fabric artists. They do beautiful, beautiful work. Just think about that house that I showed you, that Queen Anne house. You should see some of the samplers. My mouth just drops open. It just blows my mind. And so a lot of them have pieces and patterns that they've either stitched and don't want anymore, or they'll have pieces of cloth that they bought. A lot of those pieces that I was showing earlier, the small pieces, like she combines them into like a pack and sells them that way. Let's see what else is going on here. Carol said the bird was easier to type. Hi, Becky. A partridge in a pear tree. Becky popped in. Now you can add it to something. We're talking about I was calling it a hat on a stand. Carol said, turn it over. It's a partridge on a pear tree. I think it's upside down, Mary. I saw a bird hanging upside down. You guys. And let's see. Allie Kay said she's currently doing a Valentine cross stitch on 14 count Aida. Christina says, I almost bought some pants that needed hemming, but then I put them back. I get it. Becky said she's hemming curtains. Vanessa popped in. Who's Your Mama was here. That should be framed. That house isn't, that's where it was showing the house. That just drove me, my mouth dropped open when I saw that. So I think I'm getting pretty close to where there was no sound. Allie K dropped a link to K3N Cloth Tales. Booty. My phone is quitting on me, Becky said. Yeah, mine's going to quit here pretty soon, too. How much time do I have on this? I have 55% on this phone. I don't have it plugged in. I saw, but I did not hear. So we're here where I was asking when you guys stopped hearing me. It said when you were showing that first rolled up piece on the top of the box, that's where we lost you. Yeah. So I lost my sound. I think what happened is somebody said show your face, and so I flipped there's a little rotate. You can flip it to show the back camera or the front camera. Here, let me show my face and then I'll say goodbye. This is my face. Let me sit up a little because back this way it looks slouched. This is me. I'm an older lady, getting older every day. So, but I'm feeling pretty good today. I just did not feel like going into the studio, so I said I'll just sit here in my recliner. So, I want to thank you all for coming and wish you all to have a good week. Tomorrow's Monday. Becky, is Becky still here? Becky, are you on tomorrow morning? Are you coming on tomorrow morning? I know you were talking about changing your hours. Was that just on Wednesdays? If Becky comes on, I don't know if she's still here. I can't see my chat here. Hold on. I'm down at the bottom. Mama says, thank you, enjoyed. Linda says, thank you, Mary. Okay. If Becky comes on, she'll come on between 6:30 and 6:45 up in there. I love that you said something or other. SH. I don't know what that means, Sharon. Then, Dee Dee Willingham is on at 8:30 Eastern. Becky will come on, if she comes on Monday morning, she comes on between 6:30, 6:45, 7 up around in there Eastern. Dee Dee comes on at 8:30. Janet Young comes on at 1 Eastern, I believe. And Barbone is on in the afternoon, and Dana Yates. And then I lose track of Monday nights. Who did that? Sylvia! Thank you, Sylvia. Oh, that's so sweet. I want to thank you so much, Sylvia. You're always dropping me a super chat. Thank you. That's so sweet. Nice to see. Okay. Well, I am going to go ahead and sign off. You guys all have a good week. I will see you Tuesday morning, but it may be a short one on Tuesday because I've got to go up to Grand Island. I need to return that padlock at a UPS store, and the closest one is in Grand Island. And I thought maybe I would go to the bins and see if they have more than, although I don't need any more stuff. I don't need to go. So that may change, but if I decide to go, I might cut my stream on Tuesday morning short. But I come on at 6 a.m. Central. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great week. Monday's around the corner. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn this off. Bye.